You're listening to the Big Wolf 96.7. This broadcast of Appleton County Pirate Baseball is brought to you by Community Bank, Rents and Rents Insurance, Sykes Propane, Down to Earth Trailers, Woody Folsom Ford, Woody Folsom Chevrolet Buick GMC, Urie's Home Center, Trinity Electric, Murray Oil, Village Pizza, South Georgia Insurance Agency, Williams Brothers Trucking, Healthy Community Center, the Lisa Pierce Farmers Insurance Agency, and Omaha Building Systems. Let's go live to the field.
Welcome in, baseball fans. Another edition of Pirate Baseball State Championship version. Appleton County versus the North Cobb Christian, the team that beat us last year. Mason Parker, have a special guest here today. Matt Beecher's with us. And Mason, just want your thoughts on the game.
North Cobb Christian swings the bat as good as anybody we've seen this year and anybody that we've played against. 1 through 9, I believe this is going to be the strongest lineup. Appleton County is going to have to stick to what got us here, and that's strong pitching performances and very good defense. But, yes, we want to stay in a low-scoring affair with these guys. If we do get in a shootout, they're going to be very tough to handle, Taff.
That they are. And, Matt, you got any thoughts on the game?
Yeah, just watching them take the field earlier doing they got some kids with some strong arms. I was particularly impressed with their center fielder, their third baseman. Looked like all of them look like they're just quality ball players. So, like Mason said, we got to try to keep this thing low scoring affair the best we can, and we got a great chance. Try to rewrite some history and let that magic from 2012 come back again 12 years later.
That's exactly right. And you was actually on the radio with me back in 2012 along with one more. So you was there to experience that. And Mason's been along this ride the whole time, and which you was probably at the 2012 game, wasn't you?
No, I definitely was. I was in the 8th grade. I was on the tractor trailer that was just beyond left field. I was sitting out there with my dad. I believe Woody Folsom pulled that trailer in, and you had 20 or 30 people put their lawn chairs on the trailer, and we had us quite a platform or patio, however you want to look at it, to watch the game from. And yes, it was a great atmosphere. I do not think I'll ever see an atmosphere like that again as long as we're on these neutral sites. But yes, a tremendous atmosphere, and I don't believe one that will be replicated here anytime soon.
Maybe ever. And that's quite the sad story is I wish GHSA would just go back to the home and home. If you want to do this and let these kids experience this in a big field like Striper Stadium up there in Rome, Gwinnett, wherever, here at J.I. Clements in Statesboro, that's all fine and dandy. Let's do it in the 4th round.
For sure.
Okay, and then when it gets state championship time, let's go back to the house. And that's just an atmosphere that you cannot recreate at a place like this. And not to say this is not a beautiful facility. I love it up here. We're in the air conditioner, nice as you can get.
Yeah, this is as good as it gets. Just been nothing but a class act from the time we've walked in the gates. A great Appleton County crowd has traveled, as I would expect nothing less. Just about 60, 65 minutes, depending on what part of the county you are driving from. But, yes, we are getting ready to play a state championship baseball game here, Taft.
Against a very good North Cobb team. We know what they bring to the table. We've seen them last year, sitting at 34-4 on the year, 15-1 in the region. But a number that I did notice, of those 4 losses, 3 of them has come on the road when they had to travel.
Yeah, had to travel, and you're looking at a baseball field that is your traditional playing surface. You've got a grass infield. You've got a very well manicured dirt infield. Wet down, drug to a T. But, yes, North Cobb Christian, Mount Perrin, along with numerous other schools from up around the Atlanta area, the Marietta area. They do play all of their home games on turf, so you do see the transition maybe hurt them a little more than it should, but do not pay attention to that, as they are still a very, very tremendous baseball team.
Oh, no doubt. And looking down at the stands, North Cobb traveled pretty well to be on, a 3-4 hour drive, I would assume?
Every bit of 4.5.
But you can just imagine what Appleton County brought over here is they have probably 3/4 of the stands full in red shirts. So a huge crowd, and we can hear the crowd a little bit up here, even though we're in the encased box. But they're getting to the lineups. Mason, have you got?
I do. I've got the North Cobb. I've got the North Cobb Christian lineup. Leading things off, number 10, Asher Sabum. He'll be on the bump for North Cobb Christian in game number 1. Batting second, the catcher, number 8, Hudson Newell. Batting third, the center fielder, number 23, Michael Molinax. Batting fourth will be the first baseman, number 17, Riley Hutchinson. Batting fifth, the shortstop, number 6, Jackson Ugla. In the sixth hole, the third baseman, number 3, Spears Martin. Batting seventh will be the designated hitter, number 22, Carson Bruce, and he'll be hitting for the left fielder, number 20, Carter Van Orden. Batting eighth will be the second baseman, number 7, Ryan Kelly, and rounding out that North Cobb Christian lineup will be the right fielder, number 11, Brock Parker.
Where do you have Van Order playing on defense?
He is in left field.
Okay.
And a lot of those names you just mentioned, Mason, I'm looking at, there's things right here. 5 of these seniors are committed to play college, 2 of them to University of Georgia.
And that would be what, Sabum and Molinax?
Molinax.
That's correct.
Then if you are wondering, right before we do get to this Pirate lineup, Jackson Ugla is the son of former Brave Dan Ugla.
And he is committed to Lenore Ryan right now.
I got you. Now looking at your Pirate lineup, it's going to go as follows. Colin Watson is going to lead things off. He's going to get the start on the hill. Grayson Hall will be batting second over at second base. Dason Griffiths will be out at short in the 3-hole. N.J. Nats will be batting cleanup. He'll be patrolling center field. Nate Livingston in the 5-hole. He's behind the plate. Landon Anderson at the hot corner. He's batting 6th. J.E. Sykes will be batting 7th. He's DHing for Jack Carter, who'll be out in right field. Isaac Edenfield in the 8th spot over at first, and Caden Walls in left field. And we'll end it up for the Pirates, and it looks like we're getting ready for a national anthem, so we'll take a short break and hear from our sponsors. We'll be back with the first pitch of the state championship game. You're listening to Pirate Baseball on 96.7 The Big Wolf.
With over 17 years working in the courthouse, Gretchen Bailey has gained the trust of folks in Appling County. She knows that every case, every family, every decision matters. Re-elect Gretchen Bailey as your probate judge. Make your voice heard on Tuesday, May 21st. Let's keep her experience, her knowledge, her wisdom, and her understanding that she has earned over the years working for us. Let's keep the probate court in her capable hands. This message paid for by the candidate.
I'm Gretchen Bailey, and I approve this message.
Hart Contracting Enterprises in Baxley is proud to sponsor this broadcast, and they're proud to be setting the platinum standard in construction. From foundations to finishes, they do it right. Hart does everything from commercial and industrial construction to concrete services, structural steel fabrication, and assembling pre-engineered metal buildings. Call owner Travis Bunch at 912-687-0950 or owner Brian Britt at 912-278-4186. Hart Contracting Enterprises in Baxley. Small town values, big time bills.
Looking for the perfect manufactured or modular home? Look no further. Introducing Uri's Home Center, your premier manufactured home dealer serving Georgia, Florida, and Tennessee. At Uri's Home Center, we're committed to finding you the ideal manufactured or modular home that fits your lifestyle and budget. Whether you're a first-time buyer, a growing family, or looking to downsize, we have the home for you. Call us today, 912-240-0111, or visit us on the web at uris.com. That's YUREZZ.com. Promotional offers and availability may vary. See store for details.
You've reached Cody's cell phone. Please leave me a message after the beep and I'll call you back. Hey man, listen, I know your trailer's busted and you want to borrow mine, but I'm going to need it this weekend. So just do what I did. Go to Down to Earth Trailers in Baxley. Their parts showroom is huge. They will hook you up with everything you need to get your trailer up and running like brand new. They have a huge selection. They've been in business for over 20 years, so you know they're in it for the long haul. Give Down to Earth Trailers a call at 877-363-3007. Are you ready for a rewarding career? Georgia Allied Health Institute in Hazelhurst offers training that leads to real careers in the medical field. They offer day and evening classes as well as courses in a blended format, including on-site labs, online lectures, and externship experiences. Georgia Allied Health Institute also offers certification courses for medical professionals seeking to become eligible to test for certification. Give Georgia Allied Health Institute a call today, 770-370-7686, or visit them online at alliedhealthinst.com.
Everyone at South Georgia Insurance Associates wants to wish the Appleton County Pirate baseball team a fantastic season. South Georgia Insurance Associates is an independent agency bringing the best in auto, agribusiness, recreational vehicle, church, flood, and business insurance to Baxley and surrounding areas. They work with many different insurance companies to find a plan that's perfect for you. You can learn more about the services and resources that South Georgia Insurance Associates offers and request a quote online at sgiainsurance.com. That's sgiainsurance.com. Go Pirates!
All right, welcome back as we're getting ready. Looks like Asher Salem. Is that the correct pronunciation, Mason?
That is what I've got. If I find out otherwise, we will correct ourselves. We do apologize if that is the incorrect way.
Asher Salem on the mound, throws it fairly well. 89 to 92 is my scouting report, and that looks to be about what it is. And, I know I watched that Jeff Davis North Cobb series, and you could see their radar, and he kept calling out the pitches, and 89 to 90 is what he seemed to stay around.
Yeah, I was talking to a few guys that at the high school level, yes, he overpowers a lot of people, but the reason UGA was very high on him, young man's got a lot of movement on every pitch he throws, a lot of run on the fastball, and he swings it extremely well. He and Molinax are going to be the two guys that we cannot let beat us.
And if you're not here to see what we're seeing, just to give you an idea, Appleton County is in their red tops, white pants, red helmets. North Cobb comes out in the all whites with the blue stripes down the pants and the blue letters. Looking at the field dimensions, you got 335 down left field. I don't see a power alley number. 390 in center and 334 down right field with a very tall wall. How high you say that is? 30 feet, 20?
Three stories
at least. So you got to poke one to hit it out of right field. But the ball does fly here at J.I. Clement Stadium.
For this first pitch, fellas, how many teams you reckon is having to do what Appleton is doing and have to beat three teams from the same region?
That's a good point. We beat the 3-seed Walker in Elite Eight, then the 2-seed in the Final Four, and now we're playing the 1-seed out of the same region.
And that's just a testament of how good baseball is in that region.
It certainly is. It's always, and Mount Perrin and North Cobb is always in the same region, and whatever region they're in always seems to be stout. Now, the bottom half of that region, you can argue, hey, they're just there. But top half, as good as any region in the state.
And we are getting set for the first pitch here in game number 1 of the AA State Championship Series between Appleton County and North Cobb Christian.
Salem's going to deliver to Colin Ewaltson. First pitch, low and in. And it's 1-0. And boy, it's different calling up here from this far away.
It sure is.
It's going to be hard to give you a location and a pitch in a lot of times. Looks like another fastball. Did he call that a strike? No, he did not.
Ball number 2. So 2-0 here to Colin Ewaltson. Top half of the first. Scoreless, 0-0.
That one catches the zone. Now 2-1.
Yeah, they got to be thinking the same thing we're thinking about their two guys. They're thinking we can't let this guy beat us.
High pop fly into left field. Van Orden drifts back, and he makes the catch for out number 1.
And just as we were talking about, you saw that ball off the bat, and I thought it was going to be a routine fly ball to the left fielder, and he had to get on his horse and tracked it down 30 to 40 feet behind him.
That is a very good point.
So the ball does fly very good here at J.I. Clement Stadium.
So a F7 on the first put out. He goes breaking ball there to Grayson Hall to lead him off, and it is in there 0-1. Pretty good sharp slider there, looked like. Off the end of the bat and foul down the right side, 0-2.
Come back with another one there. So now you've got Hall guessing, and obviously with a guy like Sabum on the mound, you're sitting fastball still here with 2 strikes, as if you're not sitting it or not looking for it, you'll never catch up to it. So you sit dead red and then adjust otherwise.
That pitch looked to be a little high, but he got the call, and he goes down looking, and that's a quick 2 up and 2 down. Now Dacian Griffiths will be the batter.
this is another stick that has got to stay hot for Appling County, as he's come alive in the past 2 series when we desperately needed him as a team. But one of the better sticks, if not the best stick, when he's 100% in this ballpark today.
Yeah, scored the run in that Mount Perrin game to take the lead. Ended up surrendering it, but they took it again. Now the first pitch to Dason, hit on the ground out towards the second baseman, Kelly. He's going to field, throws over to first in time for out number 3. So it's 3 up and 3 down for the Pirates going into the bottom half of the first. No score. You're listening to Pirate Baseball on 96.7 The Big Wolf.
There are many ways to establish a working relationship with your bank. Let us help you find the perfect relationship here at Community Bank of Georgia. Our knowledgeable staff is committed to forming a relationship with each customer to provide a sense of unity to obtain the highest level of customer service. Whether you are opening a checking account for your children or opening your first business, experience relationship banking the way it used to be here at Community Bank of Georgia. Come see me, Perry White, or any of our courteous staff at Community Bank of Georgia at 700 West Parker Street in Baxley.
Member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
When should you call Lisa Pierce at the Lisa Pierce Agency in Baxley? If you drive this. If you fly this. If you ride this. Lisa Pierce is serious about protecting your business investments and toys. Stop and see Lisa Pierce at 395 West Parker Street in Baxley, or call her at 912-367-4100. She makes it personal.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
Nothing beats that ride home after winning the big game, especially if you're riding home in your new ride from Woody Folsom Chevrolet Buick GMC. Woody's highly trained team has been coached to get you the most car for your money and the most money for your car. Let us go to bat for you. Whether you're looking for the latest, greatest, top-of-the-line sports car or a safe, sensible SUV to take the kids to and from the game, you'll find your perfect ride when you talk to Woody. Together, let's drive to Woody Folsom Chevrolet Buick GMC in Baxley.
Identify yourself.
WUFE and W244CR.
Baxley.
I like them even better now.
The greatest hits of all time. The Big Wolf. 96.7.
All right, welcome back. Going into the bottom half of the first. Pirates went 3 up and 3 down in the top half as we are the away team. Coin flip gave it to North Cobb to be the home team in this series. So they will get the hammer in the first game, and Colin blows it by Sabum on the first pitch, swinging a miss, 0-1.
0-1, and coincidentally, North Cobb Christian's mascot is an eagle as well.
And then breaking pitch, swung on and missed, and Colin is amped up. You can see it.
As he should. This is one of them moments that you dream about, and is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and we're going to stretch to the zone early, and pitch actually misses back in across the plate, just low, up under the knees for ball number 1. 1-2 here to Asher Sabum.
He goes off speed, gets the swing and the miss, and that is out number 1.
Very big out number 1 there, as that is one of the big 2 that we have got to keep off the base paths.
The Ham and Mullinax. Remember those 2 names.
And Hudson Newell steps in the box now. He's doing the catching duties for North Cobb Christian here in game number 1.
Swing and a miss, 0-1. As Colin is, I'd love to see the radar gun on him right now. I bet he's not throwing what he typically throws. 0-1 pitch. Called for a strike, 0-2.
And he is amped up, and he looks immaculate so far.
And the first inning is typically the one he seems to struggle in, as umpire calls time, and not sure why. I didn't see the batter ask for time, but nonetheless, it was granted.
0-2 is the count to Hudson Newell. Bottom half of the first, still scoreless here in game number 1. Appling County went quiet in the top half.
And that handcuffed Livingston. Gets all the way to the backstop, 1-2.
Livingston sat up way outside. We're trying to stretch that zone early, and Colin just lost the handle.
Ground ball hit to the second baseman, Grayson, and he boots it, throws over to first, gets by Edenfield all the way into right field. Runner's going to move up to second, and they may run him to third. They will, and he's going to be in there easily. And we just throwed it into the left field all the way over the wall, and that is going to score a run for North Cobb.
And that is not ideal, Taff, as you don't usually see Grayson Hall boot routine ground balls at second base. He booted that one and tried to recover and got in a hurry and just made a bad throw to first, and what turned from one error into two errors very quickly, and Newell touches them all on a baseball that did not get out of the infield.
That's the kind of mistakes we got to make sure we avoid. We can't give this team extra outs.
You certainly can't. So E4 on the overthrow, and then a E3 leads to the first run of the game for the North Cobb Christian Eagles.
And that brings up Michael Molinax, left-handed hitter. And that fastball misses way outside for ball number 2. And if you're calling on the mound right here, you cannot control what just happened. You do hate what happened, but you've got to do what you can do as he misses up and out for the third straight ball to Molinax. You've got to toe the rubber and take care of what you were doing and continue to pitch the way you've pitched the entire playoffs and the entire senior season, as Livingston does call time, and he's going to walk out there to Colin, calm him down, just take a deep breath, and we'll do this again. Great senior call there. Great job of leadership there from Nate Livingston.
Yeah, this is a team you cannot give runs. If you look at their runs scored against runs against, 327 on the year runs scored, and have only given up 72. So they do not have a shortage of runs scored in a game. But if you're the Pirates, you got to put that in the past and move on. That one's on the inside corner, 3-1 now.
And that's only 72 runs given up in 38 ball games. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
So 3-1 here to Molinax.
Way upstairs. And you can tell we got a lot of respect for Molinax in the box.
That we do. And even though that was not the ideal at bat, an ideal pitch sequence, nobody on, we've already got an out in the inning. Walking Molinax is not the end of the world there.
It's not, and that'll bring up Hutchinson. I don't have a first name.
Riley Hutchinson. He is holding down first base for the Eagles in game number 1. Big physical 4-hole hitter.
Pretty good lead over at first by Molinax, and they are very aggressive on the base pass. Upstairs, 1-0.
And it looks like Hutchinson tried to ask for time, but the home plate umpire did not grant it.
This is when we need those 6-4-3 double play right here.
That would be ideal, and looks like Colin is doing away with the wristband there.
Gives it to Coach Griffiths and headed back to the mound. So 1-0 your score, 1 run on no hits. Pirates had 2 errors on 1 play that allowed the lone run of the game so far here in the bottom of the first.
As Newell was able to touch all with the ball getting out of the infield, and Molinax is off, swinging a miss on the pitch, and he slides in safely at second base.
As that was a perfect throw from Nate Livingston. Got a very good jump.
Molinax got a very healthy jump there.
And stole it easily. Well, I wouldn't say easily. It was fairly close.
So 1-0, bottom half of the first. 1-1 count to Riley Hutchinson. Michael Molinax, the lone Eagle, on the base paths out at second.
That one almost got a piece of Hutchinson. And it's 2-1.
And this is a completely different Colony Walton than we saw the first 2 batters. Well, I say the first 2.
Yeah, right after those errors, it seemed to change.
Hudson Newell grounded to second base on what normally is a routine out.
Like that one caught the edge, it did. And it's 2-2.
2-1 changeup from me, Walton, and that's a very good sign. Even in this time of distress here in the bottom of the first, he goes back to the changeup in a 2-1 count when you would usually be fastball heavy, but we do respect Hutchinson, and Collins working the changeup in any count as he usually does when it's on.
Hutchinson, another very good stick for North Cobb. Watched a lot of film on him, and he always seemed to come up with hits with runners in scoring position. Let's see if Collins can keep that from happening here.
Yeah, Collins just got to control what he controls and throw good pitches.
Swing and a miss as he really fooled him there. And that was a half-hearted swing for out number 2.
Yeah, he was very confused with that pitch as he was not expecting the changeup from Walton there. He was sitting dead red, and you could tell. And that's going to bring up number 6, Jackson Ugla, the son of former Brave Dan Ugla. One to nothing. North Cobb Christian leads bottom half of the first.
Swung on and missed, 0-1. And while watching all my film, there's something I noticed about Ugla. I'm sure our coaching staff has picked up on the same thing as well. He loves to chase high pitches. That seems to be his kryptonite, and that's the first thing we did with him there. And went up again and got him swinging, 0-2.
I think he inherited that from his daddy. You always get Dan Ugla with the high pitches as well.
Yeah, Ugla very aggressive here, as both swings have been every bit of 120%. He hasn't taken anything off, and Colin comes set here, 0-2 pitch to Jackson Ugla.
Fouls that one straight back into the net, and it's 0-2 again, or we'll do it again. Yeah, shout out to the Appleton County crowd down there. Normally it's the dugout doing the chanting. It's our crowd right now.
So 0-2 here to Ugla. Mullinax out at second base. North Cobb Christian with an early 1-0 lead in the bottom half of the first.
Bounces in the dirt, and he gets a bad read on the ball, and he's going to be out. What a throw by Nate Livingston.
Great job from Livingston there to recover on the breaking ball. Come up with it clean, made a very accurate throw down to third base. Landon Anderson with a very good glove down there picks it and slaps the tag on the foot as Mullinax slides in, and that'll be the end of inning number 1. We're heading to the top half of the second. North Cobb Christian leads 1-0. You're listening to Pirate Baseball on 96.7 The Big Wolf.
Resetting your password, unsubscribing from emails, printing anything. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your business doesn't have to be one of them, so you can get back to more important things, like learning how that printer works. That's simple human sense.
See Rinse and Rinse Insurance, South Main Street in Baxley, or call 912-367-1479 for all your insurance needs.
If you're a Class A CDL holder with at least 2 years of experience, come on out and apply to Williams Brothers Trucking. WBT cares about the safety of their employees, and they want you as a part of their family. They offer great benefits, competitive pay, 401k, health care, and hauls that will have you back home every day. We look forward to working better together with you. Williams Brothers Trucking wants to wish the Appleton County Pirate baseball team good luck this season, and go Pirates.
Remember when appliances were built to last? Fales Furniture in Hazelhurst does. They're your store for Speed Queen, ultra-reliable, top-rated washers and dryers. When you spend your hard-earned dollars on an appliance, it should reward you with decades of service. Rest assured, Speed Queen will deliver. While you're at Fales, be sure to ask them about their Speed Queen refrigerators and freezers. Fales Furniture, the Little Big Store in downtown Hazelhurst.
I'm gonna tell you about the good old days.
NJ Nat's going to step in the box now to face Sabum. And the first pitch to NJ going to be fouled off and out of play.
As that ball hops once, twice, 3 times in the parking lot, falls harmlessly to the asphalt. Nance is behind 0-1.
Yeah, my car's over there. Wow.
Very generous call there. Sabum got it from the home plate umpire. Breaking ball that he says caught the outside corner, as it clearly was way outside, but home plate umpire did say it caught the outside corner. So 0-2 here to Nance.
If he's getting that the whole game,
it's going to be a very long game number 1.
Yeah, because I got a little better angle from y'all right here, and that was at least on the chalk of the other batter's box, a foot off the plate.
So 1-2 pitch here. Swing and a miss. That same pitch that he called a strike. And that'll be out number 1. And that's what that does, is it makes you feel like you have to swing at that.
Yeah, you've got to protect the plate, especially when the home plate umpire's already called it a strike on you.
And if he's going to call that, we got to be thinking we got to hit that ball opposite field and just do the best we can with it.
Yeah, you let that ball travel as deep as you can and try to punch it to right field, but
ground ball hit down the left side, and, man, that was close to being fair.
Just a few inches from being a stand-up double, I believe.
Umpire was right on it. I actually thought it got a piece of the chalk, but he is literally right there on it, so I'm going to take his word for it.
Yeah, he's standing right on top of that third base line, so we'll go with what he says.
Definitely has a better view than me.
0-1 the count to the Pirate catcher Nate Livingston. North Cobb Christian with an early 1-0 lead here in game number 1.
Way upstairs with that one, 1-1. Beautiful day for baseball.
Sure is. Appleton County crowd continues to pile in here.
Now 2-1 as that one misses upstairs. Blows the fastball by Livingston there, and it's 2-2.
Very aggressive hack there from Livingston.
Livingston a bat been seeing the ball very well in the playoffs and continued that in the Mount Perrin series. Probably ball 3 there, but he fouls it off into the North Cobb dugout.
Two and 2 the count. We'll do it again here. Top half of the second. North Cobb Christian leads 1-0.
2-2. Ground ball hit up the middle. Going to be a tough play for the shortstop. Fields it right on the bag. Throws a strike for out number 2.
He made that look easy.
He did. Jackson Ugler with much more range than his pops has, and very good play there, ranging all the way from the cut of the grass, and fielded that ball on top of second base and made an accurate throw on the run for out number 2.
I was kind of thinking just like Taft right there, this is fixing to be a tough play, bang, bang, and he made that play and threw us out by 2 or 3 steps.
It's going to bring up Landon Anderson with 2 outs. Got him to chase outside, 0-1. Same exact pitch, and he may see 3 of them in a row, 0-2. As he has swung at both of them. But he did call that pitch a strike earlier in the inning. 0-2 pitch working quickly. Called strike 3, and it's another inning of 3 up and 3 down for Salem. 1-0. North Cobb leads. Going into the bottom half of the second, you're listening to Pirate Baseball on 96.7 The Big Wolf.
They take the pain out of propane. Sykes Propane in Baxley is here to take care of all your residential, commercial, and agricultural propane needs. Sykes Propane also sells Warming Trends fire pits, Peterson Real Fire gas logs, Renai water heaters, Generac generators, and True Flame grills and outdoor kitchens. Owners Daniel and Danny Sykes are looking forward to serving you soon. Sykes Propane, located at 2174 Hatch Parkway South in Baxley. Give them a call at 912-367-1151.
Hey y'all, this is Appleton County Sheriff Mark Melton, proud supporter of our Pirate baseball team. I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to serve you as sheriff. I'm seeking re-election and I'm counting on your vote. When it comes to serving and protecting the citizens of Appleton County, my staff and I will crowd the plate and swing for the fences every single time. So help us hit a home run this election season. I'm Sheriff Mark Melton and I approve this message.
Play ball! Woody Folsom Ford is always proud to support the Pirates. When it comes to financing, selection, service, and sales, the team at Woody Folsom Ford knows how to hit it out of the park. Round the bases to Woody Folsom Ford in Baxley and see for yourself.
Let's go!
New or pre-owned, bling or budget, big or small, Woody Folsom Ford has them all. And ask about the lifetime powertrain warranty. It all starts when you talk to Woody.
It's gone!
Go Pirates!
All right, welcome back. Bottom half of the second coming up. And it's going to be, where are we at in the lineup there, Mason? I don't have my...
We have got Jackson Ugla stepping back in after Molinax was thrown out at third to end the bottom half of the first. Breaking ball there from me, Walton. Hits the plate for ball number 1. So after 1.5 innings complete here at J.I. Clements Stadium in game number 1, North Cobb Christian still holds a 1-0 lead over the Pirates.
Up and in, almost got him, 2-0.
Colin very amped up, as you can see.
Right down the middle, 2-1.
5, 6, 7 due up for North Cobb Christian here in the bottom half of the second.
2-1 on the way. High pop fly, hit out into left field. Left fielder's on a full sprint. That ball's off the scoreboard.
And that is a home run.
Ugly umpire was saying no, it was a ground rule double, but the left field umpire signaling home run, which I believe is the right call.
As Jackson Ugla did not miss that one. And that ball ricochets off of the scoreboard here at J.I. Clements back into the field of play. And that long ball gives North Cobb Christian a 2-0 lead here in the bottom half of the second.
It's a good piece of hitting by Ugla. And really the first good swing North Cobb has put on a ball off of Collins so far. But it was a big one.
It sure was. Ugla did not miss that.
No, that was a long home run there.
Fastball blows it by Martin. And it's 0-1. Yeah, that hit off, if you've been over to J.I. Clements Stadium, hit off the very bottom of the scoreboard there, out in left center.
So Spears Martin in the box now and watches a fastball for strike number 2.
That may be the first home run I've seen Colin give up. Do you remember one?
I do not.
Fouled off and into the net. We'll do it again, 0-2.
No balls and 2 strikes to Spears Martin, the third baseman for North Cobb Christian. 2-0 is your score, bottom half of the second.
It's going to be in the dirt and off the catcher, 1-2.
Guys, just like y'all said in the pregame, we're going to have to be able to score some runs this series.
Oh, no doubt. Got to hit the ball. Collins spikes that one, and it's 2-2. About a 55-foot fastball there. Pirate fans still into it. Love it. In the dirt now, 3-2. Had him 0-2 has worked it all the way back to a full count.
Well, we know, going back to the Mount Perrin series, Pirates are never out of it. They can come in and put a 6 spot in the inning before you know it.
Well, no doubt. If we've learned anything about this team, it is do not doubt this Pirate team. As they seem to find a way.
That they do. They have no quit in them.
There's that pitch we thought we'd get the called strike on. It didn't give it that time, and that'll be a walk.
Changeup misses outside for ball number 4, and Spears Martin makes his way down to first base, and that's going to bring up the designated hitter, Carson Bruce.
And that is a ball, but very similar to the one they called a strike earlier.
You know, you don't mind that call, but you always want to have it both ways. He wants to call a little bit outside, that's fine. Just go both teams with it.
Going to square around a bunt, pops it up, and Landon is not going to be able to get there as it falls harmlessly to the ground, foul.
If you're just joining us, 2-0 is your score. We're in the bottom half of the second here. at J.I. Clements Stadium in game number 1 of the state championship series. North Cobb Christian does lead. They've already played at 1 in the bottom half of the second via the Ugla home run.
Squares around again, pulls it back, but a called strike 0-2.
If they keep the bunt on here with 2 strikes,
they will do that. Seen it multiple times.
0-2. It would not surprise me, but at the same time it would. I know if they can get a few more runs for Salem, that would be huge, as that fastball misses up and out for ball number 1. So 1-2 here to the designated hitter, Carson Bruce. Spears Martin on first base via the walk. No outs. Bottom half of the second, North Cobb Christian leads 2-0.
About a good old 6-4-3 here. Or a line drive base hit into center field. It's not what we're looking for, but holds the runner up at second, and it's now runners at first and second with nobody out.
So Bruce with a very good piece of 2 strikes hitting there. Doesn't try to do too much with that pitch from Ewaldson, and gets the barrel to the ball and drives it right back up the middle for a single, and that's going to put him at first and second. Nobody out, bottom half of the second. That's going to bring up the second baseman, Ryan Kelly, and from the looks of it, I would expect him to square around to bunt, give the Eagles runners at second and third with less than 2 outs.
Would shock me if he does not square.
You got Edenfield playing in front of the runner at first, expecting the bunt as well.
He does square around, and he gets it down. Took a weird hop off his bat. I thought it actually got a piece of him, but it was foul nonetheless.
So 0-1 here to Ryan Kelly.
It'd be nice to see him pop this thing straight up in the air. Get the Pirates an easy out.
Yeah, we take it. We'll take it out any way we can get it here.
As Kelly squares around once again, Edenfield charging in, and that is a good coaching move there.
Sure is.
I really do like that. You've got him in a situation where this Appleton County defense is expecting nothing other than a bunt. You've already shown bunt 2 or 3 times this half inning, and then you bring them corners in hard, and fake the bunt, and now he's got the corners back. He's going to square around the bunt again.
Gets one down the third base line, but it's going to be foul.
So the head coach down there at third is pressing all the right buttons, making all the right calls, but the execution so far just is not there for Ryan Kelly.
A strikeout will be huge here now.
It would loom large for the Pirates, as we desperately need an out here as they're creeping around to the top part of that lineup.
And that's not where you want to get with runners in scoring position. Line drive base hit into right field. That's going to get down. Let's see if they test Jack Carter. They do not. And that's going to load them up. Still nobody out.
And we knew coming in this North Cobb Christian team could swing it just as good as anyone we've seen this year, if not better than anyone we've seen this year. And every scouting report I've read and everything about their lineup has come to fruition so far. So bases loaded, nobody out. Bottom half of the second, North Cobb Christian's already played at 1.
I think Collins is just going to have to mix it up a little bit more here.
Yes.
As they are sitting dead red.
Brock Parker in the box. Infield is in, trying to cut down that run at home plate.
It's going to miss low and away, 1-0.
1-0 here to Parker. 2-0 North Cobb Christian leads. Bottom half of the second, bases loaded for the Eagles. Nobody out.
High fly ball hit out into right field. Jack Carter trying to get to it, and it's going to be out of play and into the bullpen. As the Pirates just need an out here.
That we do. You get the first one, and they usually do come in bunches. I would love to get one right here before we flip this lineup back over.
Way outside with that one, 2-1.
Yeah, you got to get one right here any way possible. Just get yourself where a double play gets you out the innings.
For sure. You want to minimize the damage here.
Low and away. That's 3-1, and there's nowhere to put him.
And Sabum waits on deck as he is very dangerous. 3-1's the count here to Brock Parker, and I do believe we're going to get a mound visit from pitching coach Kyle Mercer.
This is not a spot we've seen Colin in very much this year.
Not at all. Colony Watson has not seen many of these at all.
And he's seen some very good lineups throughout the playoffs.
And he's handled them as good as anybody could. And, yes, that Mount Perrin lineup was as good as a lineup as we've seen all year up until this North Cobb Christian lineup.
Well, a lot of scouts and other people said that Mount Perrin might be the better hitting team over North Cobb, but right now that's not holding true.
No, because Colin really made Mount Perrin look like they were not a good hitting team at all in Game 1 of that series.
And he's had video game numbers throughout the first 4 starts in the playoffs, like a 4-0 record, 32, 33 strikeouts with, I think, 6 walks. And a .7 ERA, I believe.
If you're Brock Parker in the box right here, you are sitting dead red fastball, and if you get it, you're coming unglued.
And he did, but he fouled it back into the net.
So that's going to push the count to 3 balls and 2 strikes here to the North Cobb 9-hole hitter Parker. Playing right field this afternoon here in game number 1. 2-0 your score. North Cobb Christian leads, bottom half of the second. Bases are loaded for the Eagles. Nobody out.
Pitch high, fly ball, hit into left field. Left fielder's back, and it's over his head all the way to the wall. 1 run will score. Not going to hit the cut man here. 2 runs going to score. And it is 4-0 North Cobb.
And I do not understand what just happened there in the outfield either. We are not communicating with one another, letting the other outfielder know where the wall is, or either Caden Walls just slipped and we are used to a wall that's a little closer to us. But, yes, he looked very uncomfortable out there in left field, and it may just be me, but I believe we're playing fairly shallow, very shallow.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. I thought.
And now we do back up some. But, yes, for the first 2 innings, I thought we've been playing extremely shallow.
That one's going to miss low and away.
So back around to the top part of this North Cobb Christian lineup. Asher Sabum in the box. Nobody out. North Cobb Christian leads 4-0 here in game number 1.
Got him to chase on the slider or the breaking ball outside, and it's 1-1. And, yeah, we mentioned earlier in the broadcast that the ball jumps here in Statesboro. Carries very well in this field, and we've already seen that 2 or 3 swings now. Goes outside with it again, doesn't get the call. 2-1.
So this Appleton County baseball team in a very foreign situation here, as we've not encountered a deficit like this in game number 1 so far throughout the playoffs.
Swing and a miss as he was behind the fastball there, 2-2.
Sabum looks very uncomfortable in the box.
He does.
Yeah, he doesn't look any more comfortable than he did in the first at bat. And another strikeout by right here would be big.
And he got him. Got him to chase way outside there for out number 1, and that's a huge strikeout.
Very big strikeout there from me, Walton. That's 2 straight plate appearances that we've got Sabum swinging with the changeup, so that scouting report must be very heavy on the all-speed pitches to Sabum, and what I thought was one of, if not the biggest threat that North Cobb Christian sends to the plate, other than Mullinax. So Hudson Newell steps in.
First pitch is way outside, 1-0.
Newell reached on the E4 back in the bottom half of the first, and the E4 led to an E3, and he touched them all on the baseball that did not get out of the infield.
Line drive, foul down the left field line.
So that evened the count up. 1 ball, 1 strike to Hudson Newell. 1 out, bottom half of the second. North Cobb Christian leads 4-0. How many pitches do you have V. Watson at already, Tap?
Already got him at 54. Outside, 2-1. Something else that Colin hadn't had to deal with, really. And he's been pretty efficient in just about every start he's come out in.
He's been very efficient. He hasn't had to labor this hard the entire year, regular season or postseason.
Outside, gets all the way to the backstop. That's going to score another run for North Cobb. And it is 5-0 North Cobb. Parker also moved up to third in the process.
Infield's coming in again here, trying to keep another run from going on the board.
So 3-1 is your count to catcher Hudson Newell. 5-0 is your score. Bottom half of the second, North Cobb Christian leads. 3-1 is the count.
Foul ball into the net. And it's 3-2.
And now we'll throw it out there, Taff. You're at a very different spot that Appleton County's been in throughout the first 4 rounds of the playoffs. You're down 5-0 in the bottom half of the second. Your ace is approaching 60 pitches.
Foul ball. He's going to say it hit him on the hand, but I believe it got the bat. No way it hit and came off his hand that hard.
First base umpire just overturned him. Said he went around.
I was fixing to say,
and ruled it a strikeout because it did hit him, but he had went around on the swing.
Okay.
So that's a big second out.
That's going to get an argument for the North Cobb coach. And back to what you were saying right there, Mason. Yes, I'm with you. You have to question, do you pull Colin in this situation, save those other 60 pitches in a 5-0 ball game and see what you can do and muster up here in game 1?
As this Appleton County team has been very comfortable playing for 3, whereas we've played the 3-game series every round except for the opening round. And I was very curious, as I'm still curious about that call.
That's not a call you see very often.
As if he did swing.
He did swing, but
if the ball did hit the knob of the bat, then it would be a foul ball.
Yeah, I'm guessing it missed the whole knob. I'm guessing it just hit him.
I can't see the ball coming off that fast. I'll say it hit him.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I can't fathom that as that one misses the zone. 1-0 to Mullinax.
As we will take it, though. 2 outs, bottom half of the second. North Cobb Christian leads 5-0, and Mullinax hits a major league pop-up down the right field line. It is hugging the line, and it stays in play.
It hit the net.
It hit the net as it was coming down.
As I was wondering why Jack just kind of gave up on that ball, but he did the right thing. He knew it was hitting the net. Yeah, it hit the very top and just rolled down.
And Mullinax is the other bat that is very dangerous here for North Cobb Christian.
I'd say that's one of the highest pop flies I've seen all year.
1-1.
He's been in some home run derbies you can actually pull up and watch against some really big names. Got him on the changeup there, swinging a miss, 1-2.
As E. Watson is looking very good against the 2 studs North Cobb Christian runs out there, but the rest of the team is coming up big when they need to.
Mullinax is also a switch hitter. He can hit it from both sides. Got him on the changeup. Great call. As he seen that he struggled with the last one, went back to it and got the strikeout. But North Cobb puts up 4 more. And it is 5-0 North Cobb going into the top half of the third. You're listening to Pirate Baseball on 96.7 The Big Wolf.
Getting only one fuel bill a month sure saves time and money, and that's just one of the many benefits since Murray Oil and Altamaha Oil have teamed up. The combined businesses mean better pricing on most petroleum products. Be sure to fill up at the convenient key pumps just off South Main Street in Baxley, where all grades of fuel are available. And now when you need diesel, they make it easy to get your DEF fluid at the same time with their convenient DEF pump, only at Altamaha Oil. Murray Oil and Altamaha Oil, working together to better serve you.
Hit a home run at every bat with state-of-the-art procedures at Little White Lies Med Spa. We are conveniently located in Baxley, Georgia, and offer a wide variety of aesthetic procedures sure to give you a glam slam. Little White Lies Med Spa of Baxley, proud supporters of the Appling County Pirates.
This is Gretchen Bailey, Appling County Probate Judge. Appling County has always been my home. The Appling County Pirates have always been my hometown team. Roots are what bind a community, and they run deep in this Appling County resident. The Appling County Probate Court documents your roots, and with each new birth, those roots continue to grow. I desire to honor my roots by serving the citizens of Appling County. Honor your roots this election. Make your voice heard, and re-elect Gretchen Bailey, Appling County Probate Judge.
Paid for by the candidate.
All right, welcome back as we're going into the top half of the third, and Pirates has got to get the bats going.
Yeah, we need an inning like the bottom of the fifth in Game 3 of the Mount Perrin series right here.
Hey, and if you went into that Mount Perrin game after that rain out, coming back the next day, and you thought, boy, the Pirates have an excellent chance to win this game, I believe you're lying to yourself.
Yeah.
But what did they do? They come out and they scored, put up a 6 spot, and they're right back in the game. They figured out how to win it. This game is far from over.
Yeah, I was when we restarted that game, I had big concern that we were our run was fixing to come to an end, but these kids fought back and pulled out a huge victory. 1-1 count here to J.E. Sykes, as he got him to chase another breaking ball on the outer half, and he does a really good job at spotting that pitch. Yes,
that slider. And he starts it on the outer third and runs it about 5 or 6 inches off the plate, and it's giving us trouble right now. 1-2 on the way. Rung him up as he never took the bat off his shoulder on strike 3, and that's out number 1. And credit Sabum here, throwing a great game through 2 1/3.
Yeah, I think the Pirate hitters has maybe got to change their approach a little bit and start thinking, hitting this ball to right field some, and if he throws one inside, pull it, but start thinking a middle to right field approach.
Foul ball, and I think that got the umpire where it didn't need to get him, and he's out there shaking. That was pretty interesting, as it made him do a little dance.
It sure did. And that would about make anybody do a little dance right there.
But he
shook it off. He's ready to go.
He's ready to go again. I believe I'd still be on the ground. 0-1 pitch outside. 1-1.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. Most anybody would have still been down on the knee after that one.
Way outside, 2-1, and the Pirates need base runners.
Yes, any way possible right here. Walt, we got to get something started to turn the momentum of this game.
And the Pirates have done a lot of damage in the playoffs with 2 outs. So big swing by Edenfield, not a bad hack, but he comes up empty 2-2. So we just got to get them on, and I think we got to break the ice with that first base runner. Way out, 3-2.
Big pitch here for the Pirates. We need a base hit or a walk, anything right here. Like you said, Tal, just get something started.
Swing and a miss, and it won't be right here, as that'll be out number 2 as Edenfield goes down.
And I'll be the one to do it. I'll go ahead and jump on this train. Asher Sabum is working a no-hitter so far.
Yep, he's got a no-hitter. I'm going to say it right behind you. That way we can maybe break up this momentum.
Caden Walls steps in the box with 2 outs. Fastball catches the outside corner at the knees for strike number 1.
I think he's got a perfect game going, so maybe with all 3 of us saying it, we can get it broke up.
In the dirt, 1-1.
5-0 is your score. Top half of the third. North Cobb Christian leads.
Must have missed low, 2-1.
Yeah, that's the first time he's not gave that outside corner right there for them.
Very good pitch there from Sabum.
And he works very quickly on the mound.
He does.
When he gets in a groove, we have got to change that pace up. Ground ball, hit to the second baseman. He stays back on it, makes it a lot closer play than it should have been with Walls' speed, but they do get him for out number 3. And through 3 innings, Sabum has faced a minimum. 5-0, North Cobb leads going into the bottom half of the third. You're listening to Pirate Baseball on 96.7 The Big Wolf.
Hart Contracting Enterprises in Baxley is proud to sponsor this broadcast, and they're proud to be setting the platinum standard in construction. From foundations to finishes, they do it right. Hart does everything from commercial and industrial construction to concrete services, structural steel fabrication, and assembling pre-engineered metal buildings. Call owner Travis Bunch at 912-687-0950 or owner Brian Britt at 912-278-4186. Hart Contracting Enterprises in Baxley. Small town values, big time builds.
Looking for the perfect manufactured or modular home? Look no further. Introducing Uri's Home Center, your premier manufactured home dealer serving Georgia, Florida, and Tennessee. At Uri's Home Center, we're committed to finding you the ideal manufactured or modular home that fits your lifestyle and budget. Whether you're a first-time buyer, a growing family, or looking to downsize, we have the home for you. Call us today, 912-240-0111, or visit us on the web at uris.com. That's YUREZZ.com. Promotional offers and availability may vary. See store for details.
You've reached Cody's cell phone. Please leave me a message after the beep and I'll call you back.
Hey man, listen, I know your trailer's busted and you want to borrow mine, but I'm going to need it this weekend. So just do what I did. Go to Down to Earth Trailers in Baxley. Their parts showroom is huge. They will hook you up with everything you need to get your trailer up and running like brand new. They have a huge selection. They've been in business for over 20 years, so you know they're in it for the long haul. Give Down to Earth Trailers a call at 877-363-3007.
All right, welcome back. New pitcher on the mound for the Pirates, and it'll be Caden Walls getting the call.
Very good decision by the coaching staff, in my opinion, as it is worth the price of admission, as you can drop it in the trash can on your way out. But in this situation with North Cobb Christian throwing their ace on the mound here in Game 1, a 5-run deficit is a very big hole to climb out of.
It certainly is, and it's not to say that you're trying to lose this game. That's not what we mean by that at all. Of course, you're still trying to win the game. But if worse comes to worse and you lose this game, you have to have Colin Ewalds and those 60 pitches remaining for a Game 3 if you were to win Game 2.
Yes. Riley Hutchinson in the box, going to be the first Eagle to greet Caden Walls, and Walls jumps ahead of Hutchinson there with a fastball on the outside corner. 5-0, bottom half of the third.
Outside, 1-1. And Caden just got to come in and throw strikes here.
Yeah, maybe the lefty gives them a little trouble here.
As they call time and granted, but Caden goes ahead and throws it. And it was actually right down the middle, but no pitch.
1-1 count to the first baseman, Hutchinson.
High fly ball, but foul.
That one could be trouble over there for the car tap.
It sure could.
But it come up a little short.
And we're back playing pretty shallow out in left with Caden Walls on the mound, who's not known for his velocity.
In a spot in the lineup where they can easily turn on this baseball and give it a ride.
Ground ball hit right back at Caden. He's going to field it and throws it over to first in time for the first out of the inning, and that's big to get that first out.
I hope our left fielder backs up a little bit with this one coming into the box.
As he already has a long ball on the day.
1-3 put out for out number 1 here in the bottom half of the third. That's going to bring up Jackson Ugla. 1-for-1 with a home run off of the scoreboard in the bottom half of the second.
Way outside, tried to get him to chase. 1-0. I thought they called that a strike. They put 0-1 on the board, but it is in fact 1-0.
It's a good frame job by the catcher.
That one does catch the corner. and it's 1-1.
One and one to Ugla. And that pitch catches the outside corner. Looked to be a two-seam fastball.
Definitely off the plate, but he has shown that he's going to get that corner.
Sure was, so we will take advantage of it there.
High fly ball hit out in the right field. Jack Carter's under it. Makes the catch for out number 2.
And that ball was way easier to play here at Southern's field than it is in Appleton this time of day.
No doubt. Sun is out there, and you can tell Jack had to shield it a little bit, but Appleton County's field is just brutal in the afternoons.
I will say this, Appleton County fans, they're still in this ball game. They're still cheering these boys hard, which you like to see.
As they should.
Yep.
This series is far from over. Spears Martin swings and misses on a fastball that was a few inches off the plate outside, but we do get him to hack 0-1.
Chopper hit foul down the left side and charged the third base coach with an error there.
As you said, Mason, this series is far from over. This is a lot different than going in a football game where you get one shot at it, and if you lose, it's over with. In baseball, you get 3 chances.
That you do. And getting to the state championship is one thing, and you've got a plan coming in, but that plan rarely ever is sustained throughout the entire series, as you're likely going to have to pivot at some point, and this Appleton County coaching staff had to pivot a little earlier than what they had expected.
But I will say this. If you go back to 2012, we lost game 1.
We did.
And we come back in game 2 and run-rolled Pierce, and then Byron struck out 19 out of 21, I think, in game 3, if my memory serves me correct.
That is correct, as that one's fouled off as well, and that's 0-2 again.
So, and I believe Coach Griffiths was on that staff, wasn't he, back in 2012?
I'm not sure.
Can't remember if he was or not, but
Zach was not. As that pitch is fouled off.
There was one guy down there in the dugout that definitely was.
Most certainly, he was on the team.
He was a little younger.
He was a little younger, and he played one heck of a job at first base.
Tried to get him to chase. Did not. And it's 1-2.
This would be a very big spot for Caden Walls to come in and throw up a goose egg.
It sure would, and he might have just did it. He did. Swing and a miss, and that is 3 up and 3 down. Great job, Caden Walls. That'll take us to the top half of the 4th. 5-0, North Cobb leads. You're listening to Pirate Baseball on 96.7 The Big Wolf.
Are you ready to make the change to a career that empowers you to make a difference? Georgia Allied Health Institute in Hazelhurst is training students for high-paying, in-demand jobs that matter. They offer programs including patient care technician, ultrasound technician, phlebotomy technician, dialysis technician, medical assistant, and certified nursing assistant. They also offer a prep course for RN students who need to prepare for the NCLEX. Give Georgia Allied Health Institute a call today, 770-370-7686, or visit them online at alliedhealthinst.com. Let's go for a slice. Village Pizza in Baxley has the best pizza around. Everybody knows that, but did you know they've also got a variety of delicious cheese sticks, fresh sandwiches, and barbecue and hot wings? Why not treat yourself to the lunch buffet? It's chock full of just about everything your heart and stomach desires, and it's available from 11 a.m. until 2 p.m. They've got a party room in the back, perfect for birthday parties and meetings. Village Pizza on North Main Street in Baxley, open Monday through Saturday from 11 a.m. until 9 p.m. Give Village Pizza a call, 912-367-9851.
There are many ways to establish a working relationship with your bank. Let us help you find the perfect relationship here at Community Bank of Georgia. Our knowledgeable staff is committed to forming a relationship with each customer to provide a sense of unity to obtain the highest level of customer service. Whether you are opening a checking account for your children or opening your first business, experience relationship banking the way it used to be here at Community Bank of Georgia. Come see me, Perry White, or any of our courteous staff at Community Bank of Georgia at 700 West Parker Street in Baxley.
Member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
welcome back. Colin E. Watson already in an 0-1 count, leading things off for the Pirates. Sabum still on the mound. Starting him off with a fastball, as that one almost got a piece of him. And it's 1-1. 5-0 your score. North Cobb leads.
Finally back to the top part of this lineup, and E. Watson rolls over the top of that pitch from Sabum, and it's going to push it to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Five to nothing, top half of the fourth here in game number 1. Still a lot of baseball left to be played.
Outside, 1-2. That's a pretty good pitch by Sabum. Two-seam action rolling away from Colin in the left side. Fastball has to spin out of the way of it. 2-2. 3-2, I'm sorry.
Any way on right here is big. Get the momentum going in your favor.
Yeah, let's bust this perfect game up.
And
Inside, he does exactly that.
There it goes. First base runner of the afternoon for Appleton County, and comes in a big wave, a leadoff walk for Colin Watson, and is going to pass the torch to Grayson Hall here. Nobody out, top half of the fourth. Appleton County trailing 5-0. North Cobb Christian swinging it well early on here.
This is a spot you would normally see Grayson Hall square around the bunt, but I don't know if you'll see that here. You do not. He stays, watches that pitch miss outside, 1-0.
One to Hall. E. Watson at first base.
Line drive, base hit into right field. And that's what the Pirates needed. Just had to get something going.
That you do, and very good job from Hall there. Seeing that breaking ball early, allowing it to travel deep in the zone, and just trying to get that barrel to it. Saw it deep and drove it back through the 3-4 hole for a single, and that puts him at first and second with nobody out. Top half of the fourth, and Dason Griffiths steps into the plate. And he does possess the power to make this a 2-run baseball game with one swing of the bat.
That was exactly what I was fixing to say, Mason. I'd love to see him follow what Ugly did and put one off the scoreboard right here.
That's exactly right. So the perfect game, no hitter. They are gone in consecutive batters. First and second, nobody out. Top half of the fourth, Dason Griffiths is in the box.
Fastball, big swing, fouls it off over the net, and it's 0-1.
That ball almost caught a kid in the ear.
That wouldn't be good.
Sure would not be.
So 0-1 here to Dason. Well, how sweet would a long ball be right here? Got him swinging, and it's 0-2.
He was thinking about it. Very aggressive hack there in an 0-1 count, and that fastball from Sabum had a lot of two-seam run and buried in on him hard. 0-2 here to Griffiths. Runners at first and second.
Got to be the slider going outside here. That's his go-to.
That pitcher, either Sabum's going to elevate that very healthy fastball of his.
He went fastball, but he tried to get him to chase outside. That was a good bit out. 1-2.
As he overthrew that one just a hair. How many pitches do you have Sabum at?
46.
So been efficient so far throughout the game. 7:04 local time here. J.I. Clements Stadium. North Cobb Christian Eagles lead the Pirates of Appleton County 5-0.
Fastball misses low, 2-2. Pretty good pitch there. Didn't get the call. So Dason's worked it back even here. Runners at first and second, nobody out. 5-0 score. North Cobb leads. Top of the fourth.
You would love to see Appleton County capitalize on this very good opportunity, as it's the biggest threat we've posted so far here in game number 1.
And Sabum has really slowed his pace down. And good job by Dason to slow it down even more.
Yeah, I wanted to see how he pitched from the stretch. We haven't seen that all day.
2-2. Swung on, fouled off, and he stays alive.
Looks like that ball got a piece of Dason's toe. So we'll stay right where we are. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out top half of the 4th. Appling County's got runners at first and second. Colony Walton out at second. Grayson Hall at first. Jason Griffith staring down a 2-ball, 2-strike count. 5-0. North Cobb Christian leads.
2-2, rung him up. Caught him on the outside corner with the fastball.
And that is the one thing we did not need to happen there. We needed one of our big sticks to come through, and even if you do not come through, a productive out would have been very nice in that situation. But Salem does get the strikeout on a big threat in the Appling County lineup for a very big out, number 1.
It was almost as Dason was sitting there thinking that outside slider was coming again.
So now N.J. Nance digs in. First pitch to Nance. Fastball, line drive, base hit into right field. Let's see if they're going to wave him. I don't know if we'll test that arm. He has a very good one. We do not. We hold him up. Great swing right there by NJ.
And that is what we've got to start doing. We've got to start taking that outside corner pitch to right field, and we've seen 2 guys do it this inning.
Yeah, Mason, I think you mentioned that earlier as well, and they keep working out there. We just got to take advantage of it.
That they do, especially if the home plate umpire is going to continue to give that pitch to Salem. You've got to adapt and overcome in this situation, because I highly doubt that umpire behind the plate is going to change his strike zone just because you do not like it. I've been around the game of baseball for a few years myself, and I've never witnessed that. But there's always a first for everything. But Appling County with the biggest threat yet for them in game number 1. Bases are loaded. North Cobb Christian's head coach saw fit for a mound visit, slow the momentum down, and try to kill a little bit of this Appling County attack as he makes his way back to the third base dugout.
And if you ask me, one guy that you want in this spot right here, right now, with the bases loaded with 1 out in the playoffs, Nate Livingston might be your answer.
I would not disagree with you one bit. May not be the prettiest, most shiniest toy that Appling County has in this lineup, but I will tell you this. He is as even keel and good under pressure as they come in this Appling County lineup.
As clutch as they get.
Bases loaded, 1 out, top half of the 4th. Nate Livingston in the box.
Fastball looked to be a little bit low, but he got the call, 0-1.
He's got that presence that you want from every senior on your baseball team.
0-1 pitch. Ground ball base hit into left field. That's going to get through. 1 run's going to score. I don't think they're going to test his arm as well. They do not. They hold him up, and let's keep it rolling.
And just as we spoke, Nate Livingston, nothing pretty about that swing at all. Just gets the barrel to the ball, and the infield was in more than they usually are. Shortstop was actually shaded towards second base 2 or 3 steps more than what he normally was, and that ball just had eyes and crept through the 5-6 hole for a hit and played to the first run of the afternoon for Appling County. So 5-1 is now your score, top half of the 4th. Landon Anderson steps in the box. The bases are still loaded here. 1 run on 3 hits, 2 errors for Appling County, 5 runs on 4 hits, 0 errors for the Eagles of North Cobb Christian.
And Mason, here's a guy that possesses the power. We've not seen it this year. We've seen him hit something to the wall. But if he gets a good swing on it, he can make this very interesting very quickly.
He sure can, as Sablem's providing a lot of the power as that fastball misses outside for ball number 1.
And Salem has went back to the windup here, so he definitely, I think, more comfortable in that than the stretch.
Outside, misses 2-0. And remember, the bases are loaded.
Nowhere to put Anderson, as a walk here in this situation is just as good as a single.
That one's right down the heart of things, and it's 2-1.
And their outfield's playing really shallow, so a ball in the gap right here probably clears the bases.
That one catches the corner, 2-2. And their left fielder is more shallow than ours was.
That's exactly right. Landon Anderson can easily barrel up a ball that gets over his head. 2-2 pitch here to Anderson. Very generous call in favor of Landon Anderson there, as that fastball was knee-high and what I honestly thought was strike 3 looking, but the home plate umpire thought otherwise, so we'll do it again. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Got a piece of it, stayed alive.
And I believe that did indeed catch a piece of the umpire, and that was flush.
He's having a rough day.
Yes, he is.
That's the second time that's caught him in the wrong spot. And this time put him to his knees. First time he just did a little dance and shook it off. This time, not so much.
Yeah,
back to his feet now.
That one must have caught him a little more flush than the first one.
And we do get a round of applause from the crowd as the home plate umpire is back up on both feet. Looks like he's in good spirits. He's laughing with his fellow umpire and crew. And we are going to get right back to action here. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Landon Anderson. Appleton County's already plated 1 here in the top half of the 4th. Bases are still loaded. 5-1 is your score. Masher Sabum still on the mound for the Eagles. 3-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. And that is a strikeout. So a very big strikeout there for Sabum in a crucial spot.
This is where we need a big 2-out hit. NJ out there at second, I believe, a ball to the outfield grass. He probably scores.
NJ's probably one of the only ones we're going to try this outfield with. Jay Sykes in the box, 2 outs. First pitch fastball. Catches the outside corner for strike number 1.
A hit in this situation at least allows us to put a crooked number on the scoreboard.
That it does, and Jay Sykes takes a slider from Sabum.
And I want to argue that, but he's been consistent with it. That pitch is not a strike.
It was a very good pitch from Sabum. If he's going to continue to give that to you, you do nothing but throw it. 0-2 here to Sykes.
And he got him on the check swing. Pirates leave them loaded. But they do put up 1, and it is 5-1 now, North Cobb. Going into the bottom of the 4th, you're listening to Pirate Baseball on 96.7 The Big Wolf.
When should you call Lisa Pierce at the Lisa Pierce Agency in Baxley? If you drive this. If you fly this. If you ride this. Lisa Pierce is serious about protecting your business investments and toys. Stop and see Lisa Pierce at 395 West Parker Street in Baxley, or call her at 912-367-4100. She makes it personal.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
Nothing beats that ride home after winning the big game, especially if you're riding home in your new ride from Woody Folsom Chevrolet Buick GMC. Woody's highly trained team has been coached to get you the most car for your money and the most money for your car. Let us go to bat for you. Whether you're looking for the latest, greatest, top-of-the-line sports car or a safe, sensible SUV to take the kids to and from the game, you'll find your perfect ride when you talk to Woody. Together, let's drive to Woody Folsom Chevrolet Buick GMC in Baxley.
Untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
See Rents and Rents Insurance on South Main Street in Baxley, or call 912-367-1479 for all your insurance needs.
Ground ball hit back up the middle by the lefty Bruce. Fielded by Dason, throw it over to first in time for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out.
6-3 on the put out there for out number 1 in the bottom half of the 4th. Caden Walls has done nothing but a superb job ever since coming in relief of Colony Walton. That's going to bring up Ryan Kelly, 1 for 1 on the afternoon.
And, yeah, to say he's done a good job might be an understatement.
I would agree wholeheartedly. He's did an amazing job in this situation. Fastball misses just below the knees for ball number 2.
Had to be low as he's been given that much of the corner, but to think Caden is, as he's going to go over and get our coaches. I guess somebody's chirping over there about balls and strikes, as we have been up here as well. But what I will say, he's been consistent with that outside pitch.
That he has.
It's a good bit off the plate. There's no arguing that. We have a perfect view of the outside corner here. And it's, at times, 6 inches off the plate.
And that pitch right there, in my opinion, was a ball.
I agree.
It was low in the zone. It did catch the plate, but was low. And that fastball misses out for ball number 3.
That one's going to catch the zone. 3-1 to Kelly, who is 1 for 1 on the day. Swing and a miss, 3-2.
He's worked it all the way back here now just to finish it.
3-2, and he got him looking.
Sophomore Caden Walls is coming in, and he is unfazed in a situation that many high school baseball players never see in their 4 years of varsity baseball, much less as a 10th grader. And I'll tip my cap to him right now as he's doing a superb job in a very big situation for Appleton County.
Outside corner, called for a strike, 0-1. And, yeah, Mason, what I was going to get to earlier before that ball was hit earlier. When's the last time Caden's been on the mound? It's been a while. If he did, he hit it one time for maybe an inning. But it's been, 15, 20 games since he's been on the mound. You come in a state championship down 5-0. You go 1, 2, 3. Now you got them. You got the first 2 in this inning. You can't ask for much more than what he's done currently.
That's correct. He's held arguably the best hitting bunch we've seen all year to 1 2/3 of scoreless baseball, and our ace on the mound struggled to do that in 2 innings of work.
I think he came in here not feeling any pressure. Like I said, it was 5-0, and he's just coming here and done what all we need him to do, and that's throw strikes.
3-1 to count. He was behind 3-0 to the previous batter. Worked it all the way back and got him. This one's going to be popped up, hit in the center field. NJ Nance drifts about 7 steps to his left, pulls it in for out number 3. And Caden has seen 6 batters and has got 6 outs. Going to go into the top half of the 5th, 5-1. North Cobb leads. You're listening to Pirate Baseball on 96.7 The Big Wolf.
If you're a Class A CDL holder with at least 2 years of experience, come on out and apply to Williams Brothers Trucking. WBT cares about the safety of their employees, and they want you as a part of their family. They offer great benefits, competitive pay, 401k, health care, and hauls that will have you back home every day. We look forward to working better together with you. Williams Brothers Trucking wants to wish the Appleton County Pirate Baseball team good luck this season, and go Pirates.
Remember when appliances were built to last? Fales Furniture in Hazelhurst does. They're your store for Speed Queen, ultra-reliable, top-rated washers and dryers. When you spend your hard-earned dollars on an appliance, it should reward you with decades of service. Rest assured, Speed Queen will deliver. While you're at Fales, be sure to ask them about their Speed Queen refrigerators and freezers. Fales Furniture, the Little Big Store in downtown Hazelhurst.
I'm gonna tell about the good old days.
They take the pain out of propane. Sykes Propane in Baxley is here to take care of all your residential, commercial, and agricultural propane needs. Sykes Propane also sells Warming Trends fire pits, Peterson Real Fire gas logs, Renai water heaters, Generac generators, and True Flame grills and outdoor kitchens. Owners Daniel and Danny Sykes are looking forward to serving you soon. Sykes Propane, located at 2174 Hatch Parkway South in Baxley. Give them a call at 912-367-1151.
All right, welcome back. Going into the top half of the 5th. Sabum still on the mound. As we did get him some pitches in that last inning. Got his pitch count going up a little bit.
We sure did. 8-9-1 due up for Appleton County here.
I will say while we got a second, congrats to some teams in the South that have won state championship in the last few days. Lowndes County goes back-to-back, and Lanier County beat Charlton today to win the single A state championship.
Yeah, who thought that was going to happen?
That they did, and
raise your hand.
Coach White from Lanier County coached in Appleton County in the early 90s, and this was his last season as the head coach, so he went out as many coaches dream of going out. And that fastball to Edenfield misses for ball number 1. Swing and a miss on that fastball. Evens the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. 5-1 is your score, top half of the 5th here in game number 1.
Outside, 2-1. And I have to pause every time he throws that pitch because he has been calling that a strike some. Saban working quick. Not a bad pitch. Didn't get the call. 3-1. He definitely prefers the outer half. Hadn't seen much called on that inner half. 3-1 called strike 2 as Edenfield thought it was ball 4.
And the Pirate hitters, they've creeped almost as close as you can get to the plate.
And that one almost hit him, and that'll be a leadoff walk. The last one of those the Pirates got scored.
The Pirate batters have gotten, you can't hardly see the chalk anymore, but they are right on that chalk in the right-hand batter's box trying to protect against that outside pitch.
It's going to bring up Caden Walls, who has been doing an amazing job on the bump here for Appleton County in relief. Maybe he continues that hot streak in the box.
Will he square around the bunt here in a 5-1 ball game? He does. Pulls it back, but he called strike 0-1.
Takes it right down the middle at the knees.
Middle infield playing back. Third baseman in on the grass. Expecting another bunt. Pickoff attempt, not in time.
5-1 is your score, top half of the 5th, game number 1. 7:22 local time here at J.I. Clement Stadium in Statesburg, Georgia, home of the Georgia Southern Eagles. That fastball misses down and away for ball number 1. Evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody out, top half of the 5th.
As deep as that second baseman's playing right here, the old push bunt Mason could really get them in a bind.
That they could. The second baseman is 2 to 3 steps off of that lip there.
And watch Sableman on that pickoff attempt. I've seen a couple of balls this year already that he has sailed into right field. Squares around, pulls it back, called for a strike.
I do not know where we think that ball is.
That's not a bad pitch. It's barely off the edge.
It's some very good pitchers pitch, and that pitch is one that you should be able to get down on a sacrifice bunt attempt.
It's going to put the swing back on, I'm sure. That one didn't miss by much, 2-2.
Yeah, I read a thing about umpires the other day, and they say anytime you're consistent, they're going to give you a ball and a half off the plate, so you have to be ready to hit it.
Fouled off and stays alive, 2-2.
Caden Walls fighting in the box here with 2 strikes. 2 balls and 2 strikes to the Pirate pitcher. Caden Walls started out in left field and has made his way to the mound.
Swung on and missed, went with the off speed, and that'll be out number 1.
That's going to flip this lineup back over to the top.
Love to see Colin get a hold of something right here.
You sure would.
Find a gap, get one over the fence. We'll take it anything. We'll even take a base hit.
Sure will.
First pitch to Colin. Chopper hit back up the middle. Second baseman's going to flip to the shortstop. Throws it over, but not in time to get the second out. And that will be out number 2. On the fielder's choice, 4-6.
So that's 2 outs here in the top half of the 5th. It's going to bring Grayson Hall to the plate for his 3rd plate appearance here in game number 1. 1 for 2 on the afternoon.
Had a base hit in the right field his last at bat. And then he does it again, almost identical. As that's just 2 good swings by Grayson Hall.
And you can see Hall very focused in the box, and he's seeing that baseball for an extremely long time and plays a very important part in allowing that ball to travel adequately and then barreling it up into right field for his 2nd base hit here in game number 1. So he passes the torch yet again to Dason Griffiths here. 2 outs, top half of the 5th. And this is when you need one of your big stars to come up clutch.
Yes, you do. And he can make it a 1-run game.
What I was fixing to say, he could easily make this a 1-run game.
Fastball swung on, ground ball hit to the third baseman. It's off edge of his glove. They're going to send him around third. Collins going to score. It's going to be 5-2 Appleton County, and they're struggling with it. Still in the outfield, and Grayson slid head first into third.
Yeah, I believe he'd stayed on his feet right there. We could have stole a run.
I think so.
Yes, I would agree with both of you there. I do not know if the lack of communication led Grayson to slide, or he thought that play was going to be very close at third. But in that situation, you've got to be communicating there. But nonetheless, we do have runners at the corners with 2 outs, top half of the 5th. We've already plated 1, and we do have life here.
Yes, we are very much back in this ball game now.
But, yes, I agree with you. If he doesn't slide head first, and in most situations you would slide head first, he don't know what's going on behind him there. But if he stays on his feet, it's probably 5-3 breaking ball, big looping breaking ball in there for called strike 1. N.J. Nance 1 for 2 on the afternoon as well, and he, along with Hall, singled to right field in his last plate appearance. And I believe the home plate umpire is making Nance put that on his wrist instead of... I hadn't seen that all year.
I have not either.
I don't understand it. Not a single umpire has told us to do that until right now. 0-1 pitch, ground ball, high chopper, foul down the third base line. And it's quickly 0-2 to Nance.
Nance has got to be prepared for something off the outside of the corner. Just try to drive it in the right field.
And Appleton County's did a very good job of holding that Eagle team where they're at and chipping away at this lead, as it is now 5-2. Sets up outside corner, and we watch strike 3, and that'll be out number 3. Great pitch by Sabum. And that's some situations where the Pirates just got to swing the bat. We went down looking quite a few times in this game. But we do scratch another run across, and it's 5-2 North Cobb. Bottom half of the 5th coming up. You're listening to Pirate Baseball on 96.7 The Big Wolf.
Hey, y'all, this is Appleton County Sheriff Mark Melton, proud supporter of our Pirate baseball team. I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to serve you as sheriff. I'm seeking re-election, and I'm counting on your vote. When it comes to serving and protecting the citizens of Appleton County, my staff and I will crowd the plate and swing for the fences every single time. So help us hit a home run this election season. I'm Sheriff Mark Melton, and I approve this message.
Play ball! Woody Folsom Ford is always proud to support the Pirates. When it comes to financing, selection, service, and sales, the team at Woody Folsom Ford knows how to hit it out of the park. Round the bases to Woody Folsom Ford in Baxley and see for yourself.
Let's go!
New or pre-owned, bling or budget, big or small, Woody Folsom Ford has them all. And ask about the lifetime powertrain warranty. It all starts when you talk to Woody.
It's gone!
Go Pirates!
Getting only one fuel bill a month sure saves time and money, and that's just one of the many benefits since Murray Oil and Omaha Oil have teamed up. The combined businesses mean better pricing on most petroleum products. Be sure to fill up at the convenient key pumps just off South Main Street in Baxley, where all grades of fuel are available. And now when you need diesel, they make it easy to get your DEF fluid at the same time with their convenient DEF pump, only at Omaha Oil. Murray Oil and Omaha Oil, working together to better serve you.
All right, welcome back. Caden Walls is going to toe the rubber again for the third inning for the Pirates. And he's been almost immaculate in the first two.
He sure has. And when you look up at the scoreboard, the big difference you see is that 2 errors in the error column for Appleton County as the Pirates are out hitting the Eagles right now.
That they are. First pitch, ground ball hit to Dason, fields it on 2 hops. Throws a strike across the diamond. I'd like to see the radar gun on that.
Yes, that ball had some speed on it for sure. And that's 7 up, 7 down for this Pirate pitcher who's came in and just really, like y'all keep saying, looks immaculate. Coming in, doing his job, keeping us in this ball game where we got a chance in the 6th and the 7th to come back and win this thing.
And Walls is doing it against bats that are not below par.
Yeah, far from below par.
As he just got Sabum to ground out with ease.
Line drive foul down the left field line.
Hudson Knoll 0 for 2 on the afternoon here in game number 1. He did reach on the E4 and come around to score in the bottom half of the first.
I do believe we're still a little too shallow out there in left field,
especially in this part of the lineup.
Low and away, 1-1.
This part of the lineup, and you do not have the velocity you usually have on the mound. I do agree.
Must have been low. 2-1. 5-2 is your score. North Cobb leads. Bottom of the 5th. Also low, and it's 3-1.
Yeah, that one looked like a really good pitch.
I thought so as well. Didn't get the call though. 3-1 on the way. High fly ball, but hit foul, and Caden's just got him out on that front foot.
Yes, he does. He's got him up there out on the front foot and guessing at times. And tell you what, he's doing a good job of too. How many counts he had? 3-0 or 3-1, and he comes back and fights back.
Yeah, add this one to the tally. That one's going to be popped up. Catch it, Mason.
Mm-hmm. Right back our way that time.
That one fell right to our right here as it bounces on top of the women's bathroom. We'll do it again here. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Hudson Knoll.
And he's going to miss outside, and that'll be Caden's first base runner.
And it had to come at some point in the game, as you're going to see Molinax hit from the right side for the first time in this ball game.
And from what I've seen, I believe this is where his power.
And y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but Molinax reminds me of a very modified Kyle Tucker stance in the left side of that box. And I assume he's got a very similar stance on the right side, but very simple. Nothing pretty about it, nothing extravagant.
Oh, I agree. Pretty good comparison there.
Yeah, he's got it. This is a good-looking kid right here, and we've done a good job so far getting him out.
Soon to be Georgia Bulldog. So 1 out. First pitch to Molinax. He's going to square around the bunt, pops it up, and Nate dives, and it's just out of his reach.
Great effort there by Nate.
Great effort, and that goes unsaid. It's to the point in the season now that you expect nothing less from Nate, and you would expect nothing less from all 9 of your starters, but I would be worried if Nate doesn't lay out for that ball.
I'll be honest, too, I'm kind of shocked there that he squared.
In a 5-2 baseball game, getting late, I don't disagree with playing for an insurance run. You do get Hudson Knoll's courtesy runner in the scoring position.
Fly ball hit out in the left field. Colin drifts back. And thank goodness he hit that higher than he did deep, as he does make the catch for out number 2.
As if he levels that ball off just a tad, he is making his way around second base, and this is a 7-2 baseball game.
Yeah, that one might have went over the scoreboard. It may not have hit the scoreboard.
They would have found that ball in the Georgia Southern Eagles softball field.
Yeah, it was way over the light poles, or as high.
So an F9 for out number 2. That's going to bring up Riley Hutchinson. He's 0 for 2 on the afternoon here in game number 1. 2 outs. North Cobb Christian leads 5-2.
And when you're going to be fisted off to the right side and foul.
0-1 here to the Eagle first baseman, Hutchinson. Nate Livingston's going to take a trip out to the mound. Talk it over with Walls.
And boys, they got the air conditioner kicking in here.
They sure do.
Yeah, you about need a jacket and some pants in here.
So 5-2 is your score. Bottom half of the 5th. We're in game number 1 still. 7:36 local time here at J.I. Clements Stadium in Statesboro.
0-1 pitch to Hutchinson. Ground ball almost hit Caden. Went right by his hip, and that's in the center field for a base hit.
And that's really the first hard hit ball that Walls has gave up.
Well, and what I was going to say earlier, when you get through this lineup one time with Walls, you have to wonder, do they see him any better the second time around?
I do believe they do, as Caden Walls is a very good change of pace guy, especially coming in off of someone like Waldson or Griffiths. You go from high 80s, low 90s from the right side to high 70s, low 80s from the left side with 3 good pitches that he can use at any time. So that's going to bring up Jackson Ugla in a very big situation.
Almost got the check swing, but it was called a ball. They got 1-1. No, it's 1-0. I thought so. I thought that was the first pitch.
Some of these pitches are not missing by very much.
1-0 to count to Jackson Ugla, who already has a long ball here in game number 1.
Outside, 2-0. Tambor at second, Hutchinson at first.
Hutchinson getting a very healthy secondary out there at first. And if you're going to make that throw, be sure, set your feet and make a strong, accurate throw to first. If you do not have that, do not risk it.
High fly ball hit way out into left field, and that ball's way gone if it stays fair.
Yeah, thank goodness that one hooked a little bit, and it was just a long, loud strike.
And you know what they say, guys, if you do hit a home run foul, then it's a possible strikeout.
Got a big gap in right center.
Yeah, I think the scouting report on Ugla must be dead pull.
Well, he didn't pull that one as Jack Carter is going down the right field. That ball's hit into the corner. Great job by Carter to even field that, and they're going to hold him up at second and third.
And Jack Carter did an amazing job to cut that baseball off. Jackson Ugla with a very good swing on it and then buried it down in that right field corner. But I'll be honest with you, Jack Carter just saved an extra run there as he was able to cut that ball off extremely quick and get it in accurately.
Yes, he did. He saved a run, and he probably saved Ugla going all the way to third. If we would have tried to make that throw home, if he didn't cut it off, it was good.
So 6-2 now is your score. Bottom half of the 5th still. The Eagles have already played at 1. Spears Martin in the box.
Fouled off into the North Cobb dugout.
On deck batter made a good play there.
So 6-2 the score now. 6 runs on 5 hits for North Cobb. 2 runs on 5 hits for the Pirates, but they do have 2 errors on the board.
And those 2 errors do account for one of those runs.
Got him to swing, and it's 0-2.
A strikeout would be big here.
Certainly would.
And it would. You have to limit the damage here. You do respect the bats that North Cobb brings to the plate, but this late in the game, you've got to minimize every piece of disc and keep this game as close as you can if you want a chance late here, as the Pirates do have 6 outs to work with on the offensive side of the baseball.
swing and a miss, and there's the strikeout you asked for. He got it. He does give up a run in the inning. 6-2 is your score. Going into the top half of the sixth, you're listening to Pirate Baseball on 96.7 The Big Wolf.
Hit a home run at every bat with state-of-the-art procedures at Little White Lies Med Spa. We are conveniently located in Baxley, Georgia, and offer a wide variety of aesthetic procedures sure to give you a glam slam. Little White Lies Med Spa of Baxley, proud supporters of the Appling County Pirates.
With over 17 years working in the courthouse, Gretchen Bailey has gained the trust of folks in Appling County. She knows that every case, every family, every decision matters. Re-elect Gretchen Bailey as your probate judge. Make your voice heard on Tuesday, May 21st. Let's keep her experience, her knowledge, her wisdom, and her understanding that she has earned over the years working for us. Let's keep the probate court in her capable hands. This message paid for by the candidate.
I'm Gretchen Bailey, and I approve this message.
Hart Contracting Enterprises in Baxley is proud to sponsor this broadcast, and they're proud to be setting the platinum standard in construction. From foundations to finishes, they do it right. Hart does everything from commercial and industrial construction to concrete services, structural steel fabrication, and assembling pre-engineered metal buildings. Call owner Travis Bunch at 912-687-0950 or owner Brian Britt at 912-278-4186. Hart Contracting Enterprises in Baxley. Small town values, big time bills.
All right, welcome back. Top half of the sixth coming up. Pirates trailing by 4 here in a 6-2 ball game. Sabum still on the mound, and it's going to be Nate Livingston in the box.
5, 6, 7 due up here for Appling County in the top half of the sixth. We've got 6 outs to work with here in game number 1.
Up and away with the first pitch to Nate. Guess I should say Livingston, as we have 2 Nates on the team. This is 1-0. And, boy, I can't even hardly get it out of my mouth before he's delivering another pitch, and that one's in there, 1-1.
And if you're Appling County, you've got to recognize that and disrupt that rhythm.
In the dirt, as that was an awkward delivery. Gets all the way to the backstop.
If we're going to come back and win this game, the bottom half of our lineup has got to help us right here.
They do. Ground ball hit to the second baseman. Fields on about 3 hops. Throws it over first in time for out number 1.
4-3 on the put out there for the first out in the top half of the sixth. Well, it's going to bring Landon Anderson to the plate. 0-for-2 here in game number 1. Nothing doing for him. Struck out looking in his first plate appearance. Struck out swinging in his second plate appearance.
Swing and a miss.
I love the aggressive mentality there. Probably one of the better swings we've seen from Anderson here in game number 1.
That one hit him.
And we'll take it any way we can get it here late in game number 1.
I think that one got him in the shoulder.
And you could possibly see a pinch runner here and coaching staff re-enter Anderson. Get a little, that's exactly what they're going to do, a better set of wheels on the base paths.
Garrison Turner will be that guy.
And a huge shout out to Garrison Turner, another one of them Pirates that knows his role just as good as anybody. You never hear him complain. You never hear a negative thing about him. And he fulfills his role just as good as anybody on this Appling County baseball team. And I wish we had 20 other Garrison Turners.
You took the words out of my mouth. I was just fixing to say something very similar. Does his job very, very well.
One of those unsung heroes of this Appling County baseball team, and you never hear him mentioned a whole lot, but I will give that young man credit. He plays the game with integrity, knows his role, and that is a rare thing in today's baseball.
Certainly is. J.E. Sykes going to be the batter here with 1 out. Gets right up on the plate. First one swung on and missed.
And going back to Garrison, talking about the unselfishness, that's very rare now with the transfer portals and being able to go to different high schools. You just don't see many teams sticking around, many players sticking around.
That one's going to get in the dirt all the way to the backstop, and Garrison's going to move up to second. And yeah, it doesn't get talked about a whole lot, but there's a lot of moving around going on in high schools nowadays.
Much more than people like to
admit.
Have a conversation about.
Yep. Well, if they score one here, that would be big. Cut this lead in half.
1-1, right down the middle. 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes to the Pirate designated hitter, J.E. Sykes. Sykes is 0 for 2 on the afternoon. Struck out looking in his first at bat. Struck out swinging in his second plate appearance.
1-2 almost got him in the helmet.
You can definitely see Sabom's much more uncomfortable in the stretch, and if you can get him out of the windup into the stretch, you do have a fighting chance.
He seems like he's laboring when he's in the stretch. And he's certainly not as comfortable there. When he's in the windup, he gets in a rhythm, and he's wheeling and dealing.
Correct. He's as good as anybody we've seen this year in the windup.
Swung on and missed, and that'll be a strikeout for J.E. Sykes.
Out number 2 here in the top half of the 6th. That's going to give Isaac Edenfield his third opportunity here against Sabom. Struck out swinging in his first at bat. He was able to work a walk in his second at bat. 6-2 is your score, top half of the 6th. Garrison Turner out at second base for Appleton County. Isaac Edenfield in the box.
This is low to Isaac, 1-0.
This umpire, you can definitely tell the ball low in his zone, he doesn't care for.
Ground ball hit foul down the left side.
And North Cobb does have some action in their bullpen. They do have their side winder warming up just in case they run into trouble. How many pitches do you have Sabom at here officially?
93.
So still has plenty left in the tank.
1-1 to Isaac Edenfield.
2
out
out.
in scoring position. Outside. 2-1.
Very good pitcher's pitch there from Sabom. If the umpire gives you that pitch early on in the game, you continue to pound that part of the zone.
Yeah, and the only thing that didn't get him a strike there, umpire motioned that it was a low.
2-1. Popped up on the infield. First baseman's going to field it about 3 steps in front of first base, and that'll be out number 3, and the Pirates leave one stranded in scoring position. 6-2 ball game. You're listening to Pirate Baseball on 96.7 The Big Wolf.
Looking for the perfect manufactured or modular home? Look no further. Introducing Uri's Home Center, your premier manufactured home dealer serving Georgia, Florida, and Tennessee. At Uri's Home Center, we're committed to finding you the ideal manufactured or modular home that fits your lifestyle and budget. Whether you're a first-time buyer, a growing family, or looking to downsize, we have the home for you. Call us today, 912-240-0111, or visit us on the web at uris.com. That's YUREZZ.com. Promotional offers and availability may vary. See store for details.
You've reached Cody's cell phone. Please leave me a message after the beep and I'll call you back. Hey man, listen, I know your trailer's busted and you want to borrow mine, but I'm going to need it this weekend. So just do what I did. Go to Down to Earth Trailers in Baxley. Their parts showroom is huge. They will hook you up with everything you need to get your trailer up and running like brand new. They have a huge selection. They've been in business for over 20 years, so you know they're in it for the long haul. Give Down to Earth Trailers a call at 877-363-3007.
Everyone at South Georgia Insurance Associates wants to wish the Appleton County Pirate baseball team a fantastic season. South Georgia Insurance Associates is an independent agency bringing the best in auto, agribusiness, recreational vehicle, church, flood, and business insurance to Baxley and surrounding areas. They work with many different insurance companies to find a plan that's perfect for you. You can learn more about the services and resources that South Georgia Insurance Associates offers and request a quote online at sgiainsurance.com. That's sgiainsurance.com. Go Pirates!
All right, welcome back. Going into the bottom half of the sixth, 4-run ball game. 6-2, North Cobb leads the Pirates. Caden Wall still on the mound. First pitch to the 7-hole hitter is a called strike.
Carson Bruce is 1 for 2 on the afternoon with a single in his first plate appearance, grounded out to the shortstop in his second at-bat as that breaking ball misses out for ball number 1, evens the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. 6-2 is your score here, bottom half of the sixth of game number 1.
1-1 ground ball hit towards first base, just barely foul.
And the Pirates have some action in their bullpen as well now. I can't see the number from here. I'm not sure.
That looks like J.E. High fly ball hit into center field. And Jay Nance coming in now, makes the catch for out number 1.
Big out number 1 there, and that is John Evans Sykes down in the Pirate bullpen.
And we need to limit this right here. Get a goose egg. We can have it just stay only down by 4 runs going into the top of the 7th.
So Ryan Kelly steps in the box with 1 out, swings and misses at the first pitch fastball. That was well out of the zone. Strike number 1.
Yeah, he definitely stepped in there ready to swing the stick.
He did, and he's way out front of it. Fouls another one off, 0-2.
To the count to the North Cobb Christian second baseman as he takes that breaking ball outside for ball number 1.
That's the one he's normally been calling there.
1-2 in the dirt. Went breaking ball. 2-2. It's tough to pick up when the balls are in the dirt from up here. So even up. 2-2 pitch on the way. Ground ball hit to third baseman Landon Anderson. Fields it cleanly. Throws it across in time for out number 2.
Good strong throw there from Landon across the diamond to give the Pirates 2 outs here in the bottom half of the 6th.
This last out is a big one right here. Get this out. Give yourself a chance in the top of the 7th to put up a crooked number and tie it or take the lead.
Foul ball into the net, 0-1.
Caden Wall's done an amazing job. Once again, I'll continue to brag on the young man.
And there for a called strike, 0-2. And one more strike, and he's 1-2-3 out of the inning.
If he gets that, I mean, he'll be coming and pitched 4 innings and only gave up 1 run to this lineup.
And he might have just did it. High fly ball to N.J. Nance. He's standing under it. Makes the catch. 3 up and 3 down. What a job, Caden Walls. 6-2. Pirates have 3 outs to play with here. Get the sticks going. You're listening to Pirate Baseball on 96.7, The Big Wolf.
There are many ways to establish a working relationship with your bank. Let us help you find the perfect relationship here at Community Bank of Georgia. Our knowledgeable staff is committed to forming a relationship with each customer to provide a sense of unity to obtain the highest level of customer service. Whether you are opening a checking account for your children or opening your first business, experience relationship banking the way it used to be here at Community Bank of Georgia. Come see me, Perry White, or any of our courteous staff at Community Bank of Georgia at 700 West Parker Street in Baxley.
Member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
When should you call Lisa Pierce at the Lisa Pierce Agency in Baxley? If you drive this. If you fly this. If you ride this. Lisa Pierce is serious about protecting your business investments and toys. Stop and see Lisa Pierce at 395 West Parker Street in Baxley, or call her at 912-367-4100. She makes it personal.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
Nothing beats that ride home after winning the big game, especially if you're riding home in your new ride from Woody Folsom Chevrolet Buick GMC. Woody's highly trained team has been coached to get you the most car for your money and the most money for your car. Let us go to bat for you. Whether you're looking for the latest, greatest, top-of-the-line sports car or a safe, sensible SUV to take the kids to and from the game, you'll find your perfect ride when you talk to Woody. Together, let's drive to Woody Folsom Chevrolet Buick GMC in Baxley.
All right, welcome back. 9-1-2 due up. The Pirates need 4 to stay in a 6-2 ball game, and they got 3 outs to do it.
That's exactly right. 3 games set. Pirates are trailing here in game number 1, 6-2. Caden Walls takes first pitch fastball right down the middle. Strike number 1. Asher Sabum still on the mound for North Cobb Christian.
This is low and away there, 1-1, and I'm sure Caden had the take sign on there. Take until you get one. And, man, there's just a huge difference in Sabum in the windup and the stretch. We got to get him into the stretch.
Yeah, we do. He looks extremely too comfortable in the windup, looks very composed, very tough to hit.
2-2 now as that one catches the outside corner. And if you're Caden, you want to call time here and kill that momentum as that one's in the dirt. Now 3-2. A leadoff base runner would be nice here.
Sure would. Leadoff base runner, get back to the top of your lineup.
I would think this is fixing to be out on the outside half again, so got to protect against that.
That you do. Cannot leave it in the umpire's hands.
And he stays alive, fouls one off. That is Sabum unofficially 101.
19 more pitches to work with.
That one almost hit him, and that's a leadoff walk for the Pirates, and that's what the doctor ordered.
Looks like that's going to be it for Sabum.
I believe so, and that might bring in the submariner.
As that head coach more than likely told Sabum that you've got the ball as long as you do not allow a base runner, and first Pirate he faced ends up in a walk.
If it's number 13, that's who it is, and I say submariner because you don't see his motion very often. Not going to overpower you with velocity, but let's see if that's who it is. And it is.
And the next 4 or 5 Pirate hitters need to be outside of the dugout right here, picking up on how these pitches are. Because it's going to be a different angle.
He has a stance like Craig Kimbrell. Squats way down before he comes set, and then delivers from under his waistline. And that does have more velocity than I thought he did.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. The velocity looked just fine there. But our Pirate hitters, they hit better against the guys who throw harder.
As they do. And he has been erratic at times on the films that I've seen.
I really think the only thing that's hurt our Pirate hitters today is just, I don't feel like for the most part we adjusted to that ball off the plate that the umpire was giving. And other than that, I think we've done just fine, but I just think we had too many of them looking at that pitch.
We did. Is 2 runs on 5 hits, 2 errors for the Pirates, 6 runs on 6 hits for North Cobb. Pirates have almost matched them in hits. It's not so much in the run column.
No, we've left 5 on base, I believe.
And this is definitely a different look for these Pirate hitters, but he is going to have to go through the top half of the order. 1, 2, 3 here. We are at runner on.
Yes, we are at the part of the lineup that you want to be at in this situation.
So I think we're ready to go now. Colin E. Watson is going to get it going here with a runner at first and nobody out, trailing by 4 in the top of the 7th.
And again, we just need to elevate something here because these North Cobb outfielders are still playing really shallow, which allows the gap for a ball to go a long ways.
I believe that's a new runner down at first, and Nolan Sykes. I've seen his number come out, but I don't know if he went back to the dugout.
I do believe you are correct, Taff. So we do have a courtesy runner at first base in way of Nolan Sykes. Caden Walls, pitcher, does get a break, and that's going to bring Colin E. Watson to the plate. Nobody out, top half of the 7th. Pirates have 3 outs to score at least 4 runs.
Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch to Colin E. Watson from the Submariner. Ground ball hit to the shortstop. Fields it on 2 hops. Goes to second for 1. No chance to get Colin for 2.
Pirates down to 2 outs now in this game 1.
So that's going to bring Grayson Hall to the plate. And I believe the North Cobb Christian head coach is going to ask if the runner interfered at second base in any way.
That ball that was carrying him toward the shortstop, it would be hard for me to think the runner interfered in any way here.
I can't even understand the argument.
No, because he took 2 steps towards third base throwing the ball, so I don't understand the argument either here, Taff.
I can't even figure out why I would ask. But, hey, state championship, if you want to ask for it, I guess go for it. But I don't see it, and they're not going to change anything.
And the call stands on the field. Base runner is out at second base, and Colin E. Watson is safe at first. And we are back to where we started. Grayson Hall steps in the box. 6-2 is your score here in the top half of the 7th. North Cobb Christian leads game 1, 6-2. Appling County down to their last 2 outs here in game number 1.
Grayson Hall having a good game, 2 for 3. Way outside with that one, 1-0.
And we cannot get lulled to sleep on the base paths here, as we've got to stay in the game, stay focused, as we do not need a base running mistake here this late in the game.
Outside corner, called for a strike, and he's been given that all day.
And Grayson's done a good job of taking that pitch to right field.
He has. That's where both base hits went to. 2 very good swings, 1-1 on the way. From Dorsey. Low, 2-1.
And Hall tried to call time there. In that situation, you've got to recognize it a little earlier and go ahead and get that time call back to the umpire so he can grant it a little bit earlier. 2-1 here to Hall. Colin E. Watson at first base.
High chopper. If that's fair, that's trouble. That's all the way down into the corner.
Oh.
Did they call that foul?
That was a very bad call.
That was a terrible call.
Terrible. And we don't say that often. We keep it real up here. There's absolutely somebody going to have to show me on a camera that ball, he's pointing that it hit in foul territory. It does not matter if it hit in foul territory. That ball was 3 foot inside the third base bag when it crossed.
Yes, the Pirates just got a very, very unlucky break there because that ball, probably we got runners on second and third.
Easily in that situation. You've got runners on second and third for Dason Griffiths with less than 2 outs. So North Cobb Christian catches a break there. 2-2 here to Hall.
And then he calls time in the middle of his delivery and grants it.
That he does, and he's doing a great job on the mound of coming to a hold. And what we were taught is a strategic hold, trying to get the batter out of a rhythm.
Fastball called, strike 3. And that is off the plate. That's why Grayson's looking back. But it's a call that he's been making the whole game.
And Grayson, he's just got to go to the dugout here. You get tossed in this, your season's over. You'd have a 2-game suspension, and that would end your season if you're him. So as bad as we don't like to call, and bad as he got robbed 2 pitches earlier on a ball that was hit fair, and we've all been there, us 3 including, that you're very frustrated, but he has to be careful right here.
He does. Emotions are running high for everybody here in the state championship series. He was on the short end of the stick of what should have been a 1-out double, and then gets rung up on a fastball that was off the plate several inches, but it's part of the game.
I fully understand being upset. You got hosed on 2 calls there, basically. Now, with the strike call, he's been making that call the whole game. Can't argue that too much. But the foul ball, yes, I get it. Emotions are running high. First pitch to Dason, fouled off. But you just got to be smarter than that. And you can't take yourself out of a baseball game.
You cannot.
No, he's too valuable to this Pirate team to get tossed in that situation. I'm glad the umpire allowed him to look at him and say what he needed to say and not throw the kid out.
0-1 breaking ball, too far in, 1-1.
So we all been around some umpires that wouldn't have thought twice for ending your game and ending your season right there.
100%.
Ending your high school career at that.
Yep.
1-1 count to Dason Griffiths. 6-2 North Cobb Christian leads Appleton County here in game number 1. Top half of the 7th. 2 outs.
1-1, too far in, 2-1. And if I'm North Cobb, I don't know how aggressive I am with Dason here.
No, I'm not aggressive at all with Dason, knowing that I only need 1 more out, and we need 4 runs.
High fly ball hit deep into the left. That ball don't stay in the ballpark, I don't believe, if it stays fair, but it's foul. It was hit so much on a line, it might have hit the fence, but it was hit well nonetheless.
The Pirates down to their last strike.
Triple deuces on the board.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top half of the 7th. Appleton County down to their last strike in game number 1.
And they check and see if he went. They say he did not.
The North Cobb folks wanted that one, but they owed us one there.
Whether he did or he didn't, I agree with you. You definitely owe us one.
I'd much rather them repay that owe us one in different fashion than that.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you there. That was very close.
So full count here to Dason Griffiths. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, top half of the 7th. Appleton County down to their last strike in game number 1, trailing 6-2.
High fly ball popped up. Second baseman's calling everybody off, and he makes the catch. And that'll be the ball game for game number 1. Pirates are going to lose this one by a score of 6-2. As it looked ugly there to start with, 5-0 right quick, and the Pirates did a good job of battling back.
Yeah, they showed a lot of fight right there, battling back. And now you just got to go into this next game knowing it's win or go home. You know, if you want to play again tomorrow for game 3, you got to lay it all on the line right here and make sure you take the next game in this series. Good thing is I don't think North Cobb has as good a pitcher coming this next game as they just throwed us this first game.
He would have to be really good.
Yes, he would.
So any final thoughts there, Mason, before we go take a break for game 2?
This game started out very ugly. I do believe all 3 of us could agree on that fact. Regardless of the outcome, the loss is not what you wanted here in game number 1, especially starting Colony Walton and using 60 to 65 of those pitches. But this Pirate team showed a ton of resilience as they've done all year in what could have been a very lopsided game number 1. Turned out to be a borderline competitive game, and I'll be honest with you guys, I was very shocked, and I'm very happy to see that the Pirates did not lay down in that situation where they could have easily got beat to sleep or got embarrassed here in game number 1. But Caden Walls, yet again, did an amazing job of coming in a very tough situation in an environment that he's never seen before in a state championship game as a sophomore and threw lights out. So tip the cap to him of coming in, doing a great job and saving the Pirates a lot of pitches that they would have had to throw elsewhere. But like we can all agree, not the outcome you wanted, but it could have been much uglier.
Absolutely, and you hit the point I was going to make. Great job by Caden Walls there, not to just single any kid out, but what he did coming in a big spot, 5-0, kept this game close. We actually outscored them, 2-1. If you look at it from the time Caden came in, the Pirates outscore them 2-1.
Yeah, if you're not here, you just really, it's almost hard to understand just how good of a pitching job he come in and done. I mean, this is, like we've said over and over, this is one of the best lineups, if not the best lineup that we've seen all year. And he come in and pitched 4 innings and only gave up 1 run.
Certainly did. So we'll take about a 30-minute break. We'll come back with game number 2, see if the Pirates can get back on winning ways. You're listening to Pirate Baseball on 96.7 The Big Wolf.
Resetting your password, unsubscribing from emails, printing anything. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your business doesn't have to be one of them, so you can get back to more important things, like learning how that printer works. That's simple human sense.
See Rinse and Rinse Insurance, South Main Street in Baxley, or call 912-367-1479 for all your insurance needs.
If you're a Class A CDL holder with at least 2 years of experience, come on out and apply to Williams Brothers Trucking. WBT cares about the safety of their employees, and they want you as a part of their family. They offer great